Hello, everyone. My name is Sohail Farouk, and I'm a lawyer from Ontario, Canada. And today I'm going to be talking about reptilians. They go by many names. Some call them reptilians, some call them demons in Christianity, others call them jinns in Islam. Basically, it's an entity that has the ability to shapeshift and appear as a human and come live with us and manipulate us, and through manipulation and various methods control our society. So these entities, they live among us. Most of us don't know that, but they live among us here on Earth. They might be one of your friends or one of your colleagues at work, or someone that you go to school with, but you would not know that they are, in fact, a reptilian or a jinn, because they can shapeshift and appear as a human. To you, it would just look like a normal human being. I found out about these entities when I was in law school in Canada, studying to become a lawyer. Basically, these entities, they control our law school, and in our law school, they recruited new students and got them to join their satanic cult. And later on, when these students become lawyers, they're put into positions of power as attorneys and as judges, and in some cases as politicians and even presidents. As you might have noticed that most of American presidents are usually lawyers. And it's not only law school where these reptilian beings are active, they're also in all the other institutions. For example, a friend of mine who attended a medical school in Ireland told me that they also tried to recruit him there while he was a medical student at, I believe it's called College of Surgeons, Ireland College of Surgeons or something. It's in Dublin. Anyways, they recruit students, they recruit professionals in various fields. As far as I know, they have infiltrated every field, and they pretty much control everything. They're into law enforcement. They're in military. Pretty much. Pretty much every major powerful institution that's out there. In Canada, they control our government. I think they control the governments of most of the world, because I've experienced them wherever I went. So, for example, when I went to China, I also met them there. I went to some other countries, and they were there as well. Basically, they're pretty much controlling the whole world. I can't. I'm not sure if there is actually a country that's not under their control. And even if there is a country that's not under their control, I'm sure they're manipulating it in one way or another, and they have infiltrated these institutions as well. Um, they are involved in basically every institution that you can think of. And the reason why I'm exposing this is because they have been after me for over 5 years now. So they've been after me since I started law school. During my law school, they tried to entrap me and get me into legal trouble. They hired a woman named Amanda from United States of America to entrap me. This girl approached me while I was on vacation in Mexico, and she tried to honey trap me and try to get me to go to the United States. I don't know what her plan was exactly. My guess is that she wanted me to go over to the U.S. She could accuse me of a crime and get me locked up there, because compared to Canada, U.S. has much harsher sentences when it comes to crime against women. So my guess is that she was trying to bring me there and trying to set me up there. However, that didn't work, and I found out about her. And I kind of called her out on it. And after that, basically, I've been getting harassment, both covert and overt harassment. In the beginning, they started following me everywhere I went, so it was through a tactic called gang stalking. So whenever I would go out in public, I would have people following me. I would have police cars zooming by me, people cutting me off in traffic, all kind of stuff happening. They tried that various times. And let me remind you, so they can shapeshift, so they can appear in various forms. So a lot of time they would come to me as beautiful women and try to seduce me and try to develop some kind of relationship with me. But my sixth senses and with the grace of God, I always knew that it was a reptilian and that was trying to set me up, so I never fell for their tricks. So one of the ways they always tried to approach me was in gyms. So whenever I would go to a gym, a beautiful girl would come and she would start working out next to me, or start doing some kind of exercise right in front of me that would be a little provocative and try to get my attention. However, I did not pay any attention to it. I kind of got sick and tired of it, so I decided to move to China because I thought maybe China is not a friendly nation with Canada and the U.S. So my guess was if I moved to China, maybe this problem would stop because it would be a different government and it would be different people there. However, it did not stop there. In the beginning, I had no issues, and I just went on to work as a teacher in China. And with no issues, but eventually women started approaching me at the gyms. One of the women actually came up to me and tried to engage me in a conversation, which I thought was very odd. I mean, usually women don't approach men like that, especially in an Asian country where it's a little bit more conservative. They would send women after me to approach me and try to honey trap me and try to get me in trouble. When that doesn't work, when they find out that I know what they're trying to do, then they would start harassing me overtly. So people would approach me in the street, or people would say things to me in the street that were out of the ordinary and like normally would not happen. Going forward, I will be talking about these entities and explaining how they control our world, what they do, and how they have a strong grip over our world, and how they're manipulating our politics, our legal systems, our healthcare systems. As you may be aware that legal systems and healthcare systems are not working for the benefit of the public as much anymore, and it's hard to get justice. It's hard to get a good healthcare, and this is all because these entities, they manipulate us, and they control all the industries. So they control pharmaceuticals, they control weapons manufacturing, and they're behind most of the wars that happen in the world, most of the pandemics that happen in the world, and because to them it's all about profiting. So they make us suffer and they make money off of it at the same time. So for example, introduce a pandemic and then boom, you know what happened after that and how they made billions of dollars with the help of whatever they were selling to get rid of that pandemic. At the same time, they control both nations, so they control China and the U.S. They make these countries fight with each other, how they're doing in Russia and Ukraine, make Ukraine fight with Russia, and then sell weapons to Ukraine and give them funding, and then get Ukraine to buy their weapons, and basically launder the taxpayers' money through that war. Similarly, how they did in Afghanistan and in Iraq. War is a business to them. Human suffering is a business to them, which I'll be discussing in more detail later on. So today was just an introduction, and as we go forward, I'll be talking about more and more about my experience and more about these entities, and hopefully we'll be able to wake some people up and introduce this problem in a way and try to find a solution at the same time.